Good morning. So for today, our topic is mental health awareness. Let us go through the whole slides for us to understand what mental health is and how important it is. So, per definition, mental health includes our emotional, psychological, and social well-being. It affects how we think, feel, and act. It also determines how we handle stress, relate to others, and make choices. The causes of mental illness could be categorized into three factors. First is the biological factors, psychological factors, and lastly, we have environmental factors. For the biological factors, we have genetics, infections, such as certain infections have been linked to brain damage, prenatal damage, for example, loss of oxygen to the brain, substance abuse of parents while being pregnant, or substance abuse later in life, poor nutrition and exposure to toxins. Second, we have psychological factors. Here we have severe psychological trauma suffered as a child, such as emotional, physical, or sexual abuse. An important early loss, such as loss of a parent, neglect, or poor ability to relate to others. And lastly, you have environmental factors like death or divorce, a dysfunctional family life, feelings of inadequacy, low self-esteem, anger or loneliness, changing jobs or schools, social or cultural expectations, substance abuse by the person or the person's parent. There are main groups of mental disorders, and these are: first, we have mood disorders, such as depression and bipolar disorder. We have anxiety disorders, personality disorders, psychotic disorders, such as schizophrenia, eating disorders, such as bulimia, trauma-related disorders, such as post-traumatic stress disorder, also called PTSD, and substance abuse disorder. What are the early warning signs for us to see? We have to observe if someone is eating too much or eating too little, sleeping too much or sleeping too little, having low or no energy, feeling numb or like nothing matters, having unexplained aches and pains, feeling helpless, hopeless, sad or down, smoking, drinking or using drugs more than usual, feeling unusually confused, forgetful on edge, angry, upset, worried, or scared, yelling or fighting with family friends, experiencing severe mood swings that cause problems in relationships, having persistent thoughts and memories you cannot get out of your head, hearing voices or believing things that are not true, thinking of harming yourself or others, and inability to perform daily tasks like taking care of the kids or getting to work or school. Thinking of harming yourself, for example, suicide. Next, what are the complications? For the complications, we have number one, unhappiness and decreased enjoyment of life, unmotivated. Second, we have relationship difficulties. Number three, social isolation. Four, problems with substance or alcohol abuse as an escape. 5. Missed work or school. 6. Legal and financial problems. 7. Self-harm and harm to others, including suicide and homicide. 8. Weakened immune system. And 9. Heart disease and other medical conditions. To prevent this, we have to pay attention to warning signs. Get routine medical care. Get help when you need it. And take good care of yourself. Do not mind stigma. It's to be okay. For the mental health and wellness, positive mental health allows people to realize their full potential, to cope with the stresses of life, to work productively, to make meaningful contributions to their communities, and ways to maintain positive health. There are getting professional help if you need it, connecting with others, staying positive, getting physically active, helping others, getting enough sleep, and developing coping skills such as swimming, crochet, knitting. By For the self-help tips, it's okay to cry and to sleep. It's okay to move and to get some therapy. And journaling can help. Also, there are mental health myths, some concepts that are really not true about mental health. First is that mental health problems don't affect me. Why? Because mental health does not discriminate. What mental health knows no age, no gender, no status, no wealth. Second, that children don't experience mental health issues. It is so very wrong. Children can experience anxiety and children can be depressed. People with mental health problems are violent and unpredictable. Some, yes, but most are not. We have mentioned earlier that self-isolation is one example of manifestation of mental illness. They cannot be violent, they are predictable, but then they self-isolate. They are quiet, they may be quiet, they may be, they may like to be alone, and it can be because they are suffering from mental health. Next, people with mental health cannot tolerate distress according to the child. There are mentally ill people who are high funk or high functional, and it's okay. Lastly, personality weakness or character flaws cause mental health problems that they are weak to. Other myths are people with mental health problems can snap out of it if they try hard enough. This is so wrong. There is no hope for people with mental health problems to recover. Again, wrong. Because just like any other illness, mental health can be cured. Next, therapy and self-help are a waste of time. No, these two are very important. I cannot do anything for a person with mental health problems. We can. We can actually understand. Leave them alone when they wanted to be left alone. And it's okay. Next, prevention doesn't work and is impossible. It can be prevented. It can be prevented. And yes, it is possible to prevent the development of mental illness. So, how does supporting friends and family members being done? First, find out if the person is getting the care he needs. Second, express your concern and support. Third, remind your friend that help is available and that mental illness can be treated. Next, offering to help your friend or family member with everyday tasks. Include them in your plans, even if they would say no, even if you anticipated okay they would say no. Include them. Please just include them. Next, educate other people so they understand the facts about mental health problems and do not discriminate and do not stigmatize. Stigma is such a powerful concept. It can either break or make a person. Lastly, treating people with mental health problems with respect, compassion, and empathy is very important. We treat them with love, with understanding, and it will go a long way. So there are 10 things you can do for your mental health. First is you value yourself, and then you take care of your body. You surround yourself with good people, give yourself time to rest, and learn how to deal with stress and anxiety. Quiet your mind. Focus on your breathing. Focus on something blank. Focus on nothing. Set realistic goals so as to prevent anxiety. Break the monotony. Do something out of your routine every once in a while. Avoid alcohol and other drugs and get help when you need it. Do not be afraid. Do not be ashamed of getting help. Mental illness awareness defined. According to Clarice Andrade, mental illness awareness means recognizing that mental illness is as real as any physical illness. It means educating people on what mental illness means, how to prevent it, and to remove the stigma about it. And according to Ms. Wilson, it is the awareness that makes us accept and understand of something in part of our will and its fine. At its finest, awareness also involves. Speaking of advocacy, there are some help available, and these are for free. The numbers flashed on your screen are actually available 24/7 for everyone. No discrimination, no stigma, and your identity is being well taken care of. Here are some other institutions. Among the greatest of Mario Medical, Philippine General Hospital, UST Graduate School, Psychiatric Trauma Clinic, Ateneo Center for Family Ministries, DOH Treatment and Rehabilitation, National Center for Mental Health, and we have UP Diliman Psychosocial Services, Ateneo Mulato Center, Ruben M. Fonseca SJ Center for Family Ministries, and UP PGH Department of Psychiatry and Behavioral Medicine. Let us help one another. Thank you. Namaste.